Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I am your generous Game Master Tom, and this is Adventure 48. We're so excited to be here. We're coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday, 6:30 on time today. We're so excited. We're also on YouTube and on every podcast platform known to man. You can check that all out at ingloriousbards.com. This week, Seth is off, and we have a bit of a treat. We have Frank joining us. Frank, you might know him as Clay God, one of our fans who's joined us, an audience member many, many times and supported the show. He's going to be filling in the part of Hemlock, and he's totally ready to go with no questions and no hesitation as an absolute expert at Pathfinder in every way he has reassured us. Great. We also have Jeremy away for the first half of this adventure. He'll join us later on, so we have some changes up tonight. Since Jericho is off on the ship and not in the dungeon, Alan has graciously decided to step in as Zaldor for the first half, since we've got a crazy-ass battle on our hands that's going on. And even though this battle I think is going to be dangerous, Christopher's been talking about health status and not a lot of healing. I still have a feeling that this is going to be the best adventure yet. But I think we need to slow it down and try to figure out where we came from last time. So let's get a recap of what happened last time from Lauren.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. When we last saw our adventurers, they were, we opened with a scene between Ansgar and Goli as they were driven from their home. There was a cataclysm of some unexplained sorts happening up north, and they were routed from their halls. And they went on the road. They traveled and found themselves eventually in Canabrin, where they were employed as workers, helping to rebuild the city after the fall 5 years ago. We were introduced to Lady Merowyn, who befriended the dwarves, particularly Lord Ansgar, and they were made full citizens of the city and protectors, but unfortunately the peace was not to last because there was a dragon attack, the very same dragon that we have been dispatched to find and remove. Fortunately, Ansgar, Goli, and we believe Lady Merowyn escaped in order to go find help, but many of the other dwarves and other people in the town were lost. Cut to the present day, and we are all aboard the Wake, and we are traveling towards a cave where it has been hinted that we might find a relic of great power that we could use to fight the dragon. Unfortunately, our friend Jericho has fallen ill and has to stay on the ship, and it might have been a good thing because I don't think anybody would have wanted to be on the deck of the ship while Zaldor was attempting to dock it in the side of a cliff without crashing and destroying us all. Eventually, through Hemlock's great help, Zaldor was able to park a ship, and we debarked and found ourselves in front of a very odd door. And we, through examination, it was discovered that through Goli's connection to the source, he could see some strange blue writing glowing around it. This writing resolved into a riddle that we carried with us as we entered into this cave. Once in the cave, we encountered a number of traps, had our fair share of difficulties getting past them, but eventually we got to a location where we were able to solve a riddle that allowed us to descend further into the cave, at which point, through no particular person's blame whatsoever, Goli was trapped at the bottom of the stairwell and had to take on a couple of striders on his own until we could figure out how to descend and support him. But we fortunately were able to dispatch them. It was a tougher fight than it probably should have been, and left us feeling pretty banged up. And from there, we proceeded further down. As we descended, we came upon a well with a massive metal cap over the top of it, and removing that cap revealed this immense cavern below us, so immense that at first we couldn't even understand how large it was. So we unwound a chain that allowed us to go down the well, and immediately our dwarven friends began climbing down, only to discover that they could descend about 100 feet of about 1,000-foot deep cavern. And with nowhere to go, we all climbed back up and did some additional searching until we discovered a room full of chain, which would have been really helpful to know ahead of time. So we attached the chain and begin descending yet again, but this time with some help of some free falling. We had a number of feather falls and some fun with dwarves alternately floating and clutching for dear life onto a chain as they descended into the darkness. And when I say descended, it was a long descent. This massive underground cavern was filled with a lake, the edges of which could not be seen. And all we were able to see below us is an island that was suddenly illuminated as we descended by these points of light shooting up into the sky. Once safely on the ground on the island, we discovered those points of light were runes. And once again, those runes corresponded with the riddle that we had seen earlier. And after several attempts and taking yet again more damage through a series of electrical shocks, we were able to work it out and make our way through. And it's fortunate that we did, because in the center, on an altar, there's a rune of immeasurable power. This rune seems custom made for slaying dragons, and because of its power, it seems like it has been sealed away for many ages. So Goalie picked up the rune, and as we were discussing what its power was, we hear this bubbling and gurgling off the shore of the island, and coming out of the water are these tentacled monstrosities, these eyes of the deep, and that is where we left. So with little healing to help us stand strong, we face two horrible behemoths from the deep, and that is where the adventure begins.
The water boils and churns, and these creatures come out, known as Eyes of the Deep. Large, multi-eyed, squid-like creatures with purple, shiny, slippery tentacles with sharp little barbs sticking on some of the outside bits crawl up with a hissing sound from the north and northeast of this small island. It's got some slightly tall peaks, but they are able to slither up it with ease, hissing and coming closer and closer to our heroes. You draw your weapons, and let's state that these creatures were started at half health, and due to the concept of the awakening and the rune work and the stuff getting down to this point, the game effect is they've been brought up to a certain percentage of health. They are no longer at half health. They are right around, I believe, the 80% health mark, by the way.
We got that going for us.
Yeah.
We were here to pump them up.
Speaking of pumping up the group, we have two players who are not playing characters they're normally attuned to, so let's help them out with each with a bonus hero point for Frank and for Alan. That is 2 for each. So Frank, how these work is you spend the hero point and then it fails you and then you curse.
Yes.
Damn it, why did I spend the hero point? That's how it works every time. All right, we have a battle going on here. I've got the map up of this island. Those of you watching on the podcast, you can check out the video if you'd like, or drop by the Discord, and I can sometimes post those maps so you can see the video of the battle map. And we're going to roll initiative.
I'm so excited.
Here we go. First up are the giant
Of course.
freaking eyes.
Whee! Let's go.
Yeah, they roll. What did they roll? They
I
rolled
have more time to think about what to do.
freaking high.
Wow.
38.
Rolled freaking high. All right, first one is up, and it is on the east side. It clambers up, gets within 15 feet of Ansgar. We essentially have about 4 of the heroes in the middle of the island, and the island's only, 80, 100 feet across. Then we have Hemlock on the far west side. So this one creeps up from the east side and attacks the closest person it can find, which is a dwarf by the name of Ansgar. It lashes out from 15 feet with a tentacle stab. Once per round, it can make a double attack, and the penalty doesn't kick in for multiple attacks until after it's done with each tentacle. Two different tentacles.
So cool.
That is a 28 and a 39.
39 is a critical, and the other's a hit.
Hit and a critical.
Bye.
21 and 39. Those are the same numbers that I just gave? No, close.
39 and
Weird.
21.
21 and 39 damage. You are
So that's
brutally
60,
hit.
so that means I have 19 hit points left.
And that was its second action. Its third action is another tentacle. This one's a 19 at you.
And that will miss.
And you dodge underneath that one, this wet, whipped tentacle. You also can see it has a strange, weird ventral type hole in it that you're not sure what its function is, but you're sure it's not going to be.
Will a dwarf fit in it?
No. Another one climbs up.
How much of a dwarf will
Quick
fit in it?
question before that one
Yes.
begins its assault. There is a swirling down here. Is that for us to visually see now, or is that something we disregard?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay. That's where Mom lives.
The second one climbs up the north side, climbs even closer, and gets right up on Galen. Hovers over and bites at you with a nasty, sharp beak, almost as strong as iron, and you try to dodge out of the way. A 26 to attack.
That misses.
Oh, it snaps right above your head. And it is Golly's turn.
Golly is not bearing a weapon, but he is bearing a shield. I am going to use this time to draw this staff that I am carrying around. This gnarled little short staff that's sitting at the top of his pack. Just drawing it out.
Oh, the fabled staff of Calamari.
Yes.
It's a drop!
Is it crispy?
Nori roll! Deep fried! Tartar sauce!
And we'll expend, see, drawing, that'd be an action. We'll expend a heal level 2 for one of its charges. And we'll proceed on that.
On himself.
No, the target is Lord Enzgar.
That's you.
It is.
It's a 2 from that, 10 single target. That's okay. 10 single target. 2, 16, 20, 34 points of damage, or healing. 34 points of healing to Lord Enzgar.
Fantastic. And the staff holds a number of charges equal to the maximum spell level you can cast.
Right.
So it's just 5, and then you just cast a level 2 from it, so you have 3 remaining.
Okay.
Yeah, they work totally different than wands, if anyone's curious.
Does my commune ability trigger with these uses of heal?
I am 90% sure the answer is no. Is it called commune? No.
It is communal healing.
Communal healing. When you cast the heal spell to heal a single creature, you choose another willing creature. That one does.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
To regain hit points equal to the spell's rank. So just 2 hit points go somewhere.
Right.
It's not much,
It's not much.
but we've seen people survive with 1 or 2 hit
Right.
points before.
100%.
Since Galen's about to be assaulted, we'll put 2 to Galen, bring him to 86.
Does anybody have a bunch of salt? No.
Checking my backpack now.
All right. Next up is Galen, feeling invigorated with 2 more hit points, and after that will be Hemlock.
Feel the rush.
You got a creature right in your face.
I sure do. So ducking that first snap of the beak gave Galen time to rifle through his memories and information about these creatures, and he will do an esoteric lore check to exploit vulnerability. And that's going to be a 31.
Is a success.
I'm sorry, hold on. 12. No. 12 and 19 is 31, is it not?
Yes.
Thank you. 31.
Is a success.
Great. So I get to learn this thing's weaknesses. On a success, I always learn the highest by passable resistance.
The highest, there are no resistances.
Okay.
So you
Does it have any weaknesses?
nope. So you flip over to the mortal antithesis or no mortal weakness.
Personal antithesis.
Personal
Yep.
antithesis. Thank you.
But it does apply to all the creatures of the same kind, so I will get that for both.
Bonus damage.
Yep. All right, so bonus damage, and with that, let's just try to chop away at some of these tentacles before they can grab me. So 1 attack. Let's see how that goes. It's going to be a pretty good roll. 27? No, 29 to hit.
29 cuts into the eye of the deep.
Excellent. All right, so that's going to be 3, 4, 5, and 5 is 10, and 10 is 20, plus 6 is 26 with 6 of that, 5 of that cold damage.
Okay. Nice gushy slice with purplish blood splattering on the moss-covered island.
They're vulnerable! And then we'll do something new.
The sharp things! Sharp things!
Get out your chef's knives. We're going to intensify.
Disconcerted, its color and injury indicator has not changed after the damage.
Barely nicked, I think it says.
So Galen's going to do intensify vulnerability. This is a feat that was picked up with the last level up. And so I present my amulet, and there is a soft glow that emanates from it, and that gives me bonus AC against that target, as well as bonuses to saves. So +2.
And it says that you are benefiting from exploit vulnerability. You can see the subject, and you haven't used exploit vulnerability this round.
Oh, you haven't used it this round.
No. You gotta wait.
Well then, I will pull a scroll from my backpack.
All right, a scroll is pulled. Next up, we have Hemlock
Right.
on the west side of the island.
I would think, am I in range with
Oh, yeah.
my guns for the, okay, perfect. I would think when they're bubbling up, I would have my guns probably out ready to roll.
Sure.
So I'm going to take a shot at the one that's attacking Galen right there.
Great.
Take a shot.
And also your first action of any battle with 10 paces, you can move 10 feet for free if you'd like.
I'm going to move down and away.
Not west, I would say.
Yes. Not into the water.
All right.
Up is also an option.
That's true. Avoiding the conflict. All right. So I'm going to take a shot at him.
Okay.
The first one, I got a 33.
Is a hit.
Okay.
This is on the one next to Galen, you said.
Yes.
All right. You blast out. Probably the first gun that's ever been fired in this underground cavern.
6. What's the plus again? On this one, sorry.
For damage,
For damage. I'm sorry.
+3.
+3, so that'd be 13.
13.
Oh, +10.
Plus
10.
That
Yeah,
sounds
those
better.
dice +10.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
All right. Nice juicy hit. The creature is now badly injured.
Boom. I'm going to take another shot at it. Use my die here. Let's see.
It was the different gun.
13 at the different gun. Boom. 13 plus.
16.
So that would be
29.
29.
Bam. Another shot. Spurts out blood.
Did Hemlock ever hit? Seth ever hit him twice. That's all I know.
You're,
I don't remember. I heard a lot of
he's-
F words being
he's-
dropped when he rolls, so I'm just curious.
I mean, he's going to do
That's-
that. Yeah,
Fuck. That's what he would
there's
say
an
right
F,
now.
yeah.
There we go. That would be 14 points.
So
14.
damn near minimum damage.
All right.
Damage. And
One
then
more than minimum.
I'm going to keep moving down away, and I'm gonna reloading as I'm moving. This is
Okay.
right about there. Yeah.
Nice. All right. You have one of those two guns reloaded.
Yep.
And by the way, that is exactly what Hemlock would do. He would put the wizard between himself and the danger. So perfect.
He would, actually.
5.
All right. Ansgar.
Well, fireball's coming
You're in
soon.
the middle with your Eidolon dragon, Shalara.
Yeah. So Lord Ansgar kind of splits his attention, turns around, sees he's in the front of the group, spins back around, snaps his finger, and a little flame appears on it, and appears from his finger, and he swirls his hand above his head. And as he's doing that, that small flame is growing and twisting and wrapping around his hand, and then he throws that.
So when you snap, Golly appears at your side.
What? Yes, I'm awake. I'm awake. Who said otherwise?
Killer boy! And Ansgar will throw himself a fireball.
Wait, what?
A fireball.
Not at himself.
Throw
Centered
himself.
on
Yes, he will throw a fireball. So I am casting. I'm casting fireball.
I don't think
Fireball.
you do.
I'm pretty sure I can hit both of them.
If you hit yourself.
I'm pretty sure I can hit both of them and not hit
Let's
myself.
see if Derek can make that happen with his templates. Derek loves doing templates, by
what's
the way.
the radius on it? The 20 or 30 foot burst.
Is it 20-foot burst?
You
You don't even know you're losing 5 feet off of it every time I have to ask.
Okay, this is my first time casting it.
Zaldor should chime in and say, yes,
Yeah.
30 feet.
You already
40,
know.
47 foot burst.
20-foot burst.
20-foot burst.
There we go. Looks good.
It looks terrible, actually. You were missing all of them right there.
Okay, bring it in down 1.
Let's climb away from the fireball.
That misses you and Shalar. That is perfect. You just Tetris that fireball perfectly.
Well,
Reflex saves. And let's see.
To the east,
18,
28.
20,
To the north, freaking 40.
What were they?
28 and 40.
So the 28 will take half damage. The 40 will take no damage.
None. Is that the highest roll we've seen in this campaign?
Yeah. And it was 24 damage, so 17.
It was 24 damage, so half of that is 12.
Okay.
he's a lord, not a mathematician.
Yes.
I'll just say Jericho has rolled higher than 40.
Okay.
I know I'm not the only one.
All right. The fireball's big. It explodes, but they somehow just come out of the flame barely scathed.
And then Shalara will move to the northwest, and if she can, will get the two many deep-eyed creatures in a line. Because she rears her head back, draws in a breath.
She is attacked with an attack of opportunity by the closest Eye of the Deep. It's,
What was its range? 15 feet?
15.
Wouldn't have she stayed within its range? doing
I can't remember. It's not. It's called reactive strike now, right?
that? Sure.
No, that's a fighter thing. What's it called?
Attack of opportunity. No.
That's the old
Creature
one.
smack.
I'll find the old one. It says reactive strike. All right. When a creature within your reach uses a manipulate or a move action, or leaves a square, it doesn't have to leave your zone of control. I think that's D&D or something else. So
Okay.
you didn't step. She didn't step. She gets
Correct.
attacked 35 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That hits. Now the hit points are not split up between these two. Shalara and Lord Ansgar have
No.
the same.
So they
hit
are at
points.
53. We are at 53. At the
Sharing
moment.
is caring.
Minus 20.
Okay, so 33.
Could have been worse.
Could have been. And she draws her head back, and a sheer of icicles fly from her mouth, creating a line of cold, doing 5d6 damage. It's 12, 16, 18, 21 damage. They need to make saving
Reflex.
throws. Yes.
Top one 37. East one 24.
24 is a fail. 37 is a pass. The DC is 27.
All right. So
No, yeah, I guess it
then
was
it's a critical.
Yeah,
That
so
same north one dodges everything.
21 damage,
Full
cold
damage to the
damage,
east one.
yeah, to the one in the east, and we are done.
Okay. Last and not least is Zaldor.
Oh, my hat has fallen off in the midst of all of this. Let me get this on.
Oh, new hat.
And
Oh,
is this hillbillies? Yeah,
It's more of a Radagast.
Okay, Radagast. I got it.
Needs more bird poop.
Yes.
That's great.
it might. Yes. This
It's
is
not as
very-
erect as Zaldor, I'm noticing.
No,
Few are.
I'm feeling
He's
more
older.
flaccid today. Zaldor, Wizard of the Seventh Tower, and Keeper of the Wind Spheres.
We're
over the
fighting
1,000 Isles. They are moving much, much too fast. So Zaldor reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out this swirling mass of distorted energy. His hand almost seems to move in paces of slowed reaction, and he throws it right to the exact same spot that fireball just exploded.
The sweet spot.
Seeing that
The
was
what
quite the
ball?
sweet spot. Yes, very nice. The fireball recently exploded.
Okay.
The
Heard.
extremely efficacious attempt at a fireball.
Heard the same thing.
As Zaldor
Something else.
casts Stagnate Time.
Stagnate time.
Yes. They must make a will save. 27.
Will save.
I think Zaldor's,
20.
So we need a
I
burst.
think
at the
Zaldor's
same
holding back
spot
on
that last
spells.
one
He
was.
just want to release here.
20 to the north. The one in the east critically succeeded with a natural 20.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Actually, they're going to make that on the beginning of their turn. Sorry, it's a bit
Okay.
premature on
We
their
will
part.
take those back.
If they succeed, they're unaffected. If they fail, they are slowed 1 that turn.
If they
critically fail, slowed 2.
It's any creature that begins its turn in that area, so watch out.
Yes.
Oh, so this is ongoing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just going to sit there, and you watch as in there things seem to move slower, leaves fall slower.
How long does that
And then
last?
Zaldor sees that rock, that pillar that the rune was on, and runs off behind it to the northwest.
Okay.
Further, much further. yes.
You like my swirling time?
So
That's
behind.
really great.
Yes, away, far away, far
away.
Saw them reach quite a ways with those tentacles.
All right.
Yes, I'm finished.
In more ways
tentacles?
than one,
Yes.
for you were not last. It is actually you are last at the start of the new turn. Christopher was right, as was Thonwill on chat. The bubbling goodness from the southwest shows another third eye of the deep
No, I did not see that.
appearing.
That was
This one is
I hate it when you're right.
Hemlock's closer.
a smaller one, and it spends all of its actions climbing up the steeper side and getting right next to Hemlock.
Spend all your actions to befriend it.
Exactly. Thanks so much alive.
If only we had a ranger.
And it is now the one to the north that's dodged a whole lot. It is going to make a chance to
Will
not be
save.
slowed. 23. So
Ooh, that is a failure. It is slowed 1.
it loses an action.
Yes.
It's going to stay put.
not very smart.
It's going to stay put, and it's going to do flooding thrust against
I
Galen.
don't like the sound of that at all.
It uses its tentacle stab. This takes 2 actions. It gets 2 attacks with tentacles. The multiple attack penalty doesn't apply, and then something nasty after that happens. Galen, 36 and 27.
The 36 hits, the 27 does not.
Okay. You have been hit for 24 bludgeoning damage.
I will use my reaction for Amulet's Abeyance, and so I will gain 11 resistance versus all damage against that triggering type. So that just removes 11 damage from that.
Okay.
So now we're down to 13.
And I'm changing that to be, piercing damage, if that matters. It jabs that into you and gets that hole pierced into your skin, and then floods you with nasty lake water as it pumps water and goo from its body into you. You try and pull away, make a reflex 28 save.
So good at reflexes.
This could be a mating ritual.
I needed a 14. I got a 14.
Oh.
28.
Base, it must have a reflex save. On a failed save, it shoots waters through me. You take no effect whatsoever from the flooding thrust. Nicely
Hold
done.
a tentacle out and just bite it back.
All these hentai visions are floating through my head.
And
What
then
is
it's
supposed
going
to
to bite at you with its beak, but this is at the third missed attack penalty, 21 to
I
hit.
think it already used 2 actions.
Oh, it does not.
Yeah.
Does not.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're welcome.
It thinks about it for free.
Zaldor, great play. Just amazing.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
My good boy.
The
I was
other
expecting
one.
a fireball.
Yeah, the other one. The other one.
Already taken. Fireball was already felt done. I felt robbed.
What's the range? The range is there. The other one has a tentacle that it whips over towards the closest creature, which is the dwarf by the name of Ansgar. As you duck, it doesn't attack you. It blasts water past you. Like a fire hose of water goes over your head, over Golly's head, who's behind you, and at the wizard Zaldor. A water jet.
New choice.
Oh, no.
What am I doing?
Oh God!
You were being
I have an
attacked?
idea what's.
With a 28 to hit.
Yes, that's a hit.
You've been hit for 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's acceptable.
No, it's not
It's what happens next.
acceptable. It's
All
not
right.
acceptable.
And the force is forced against you to launch you backwards off the edge of the cliff side. What is your fortitude DC?
Yes, I have a plus 17, so 27.
And you hold tight. It Golly accidentally stands up and takes a little bit of the water blow, and you don't get pushed off at all. Wow.
I think that is very fortunate.
Very, very fortunate. Its next action will be a single attack. How close is it to you? 15 feet. It'll be a single tentacle against Ansgar. 37 to hit.
Critical hit.
30 points of damage.
I have 3. 0, 3
Remaining?
hit points remaining.
Whoa, I thought that downed you. Nice. And it does not get a third action as it is slowed. Golly.
I'm choking over here. Ah.
Its first thing wasn't 2 actions. It's not a 2 action.
Negative. Water jet is 1 action.
Yikes.
Should be 2.
I agree.
Golly advances on Shalara. Shalara not being the keenest on Golly's radar. Golly's still going to try and force feed a potion into this.
Can you show me,
creature.
and before Derek commits to this, exactly how are you moving around with the 15-foot attack of opportunity tentacles nearby you?
Yeah.
That's the nicest hint I'm going to get.
That's true. That's too far. That's too far.
All too far.
Moving into the 15 foot. I have to climb onto a stupid rock. Right? No, that's still.
Can you go 1 to the west from there?
No, any movement from where I'm at triggers.
Unless you do a
opportunity.
step action.
If I do, yeah.
But then you would need to
You would
step
get 5
twice.
Stepping is an action.
But it's not, it won't trigger the attack.
Right.
But you only move 5 feet. But yes, it takes an action.
From where I'm at is where I started, yes. Northeast, diagonal. Northwest, sorry.
As a step,
Step.
that's 1 action.
And I guess another step.
Carefully dodging tentacles, you get closer and closer to Shalara, still 10 feet away.
That's 10 feet away from Shalara?
Yep, she's big. That is next to her. That's away from her.
If she's big, she should be closer.
She is.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me double check the size.
Just. She's large. She's 3x3, I thought.
No, she's not 3x3. First of all, it's a lady. Take it easy. Token.
I like the curvy ones, by the way. Dragons are.
Scale.
Got some eyes with the deep that are pretty curvy.
Real hourglass shape.
Yeah.
They kind of shape them into whatever you want.
They can hold you
Just
close.
I've gotten her updated, and you are good to go now.
All right.
Good catch.
I would. My goal is to feed Shalara a potion.
Okay.
If I have potions,
Do you have a potion in your hand?
I don't.
I don't think so.
No, I had the staff in my hand.
Yes.
So
you can take an action to pull a potion out.
I will do so.
All right. Done. Who's next on our list? It looks like
No, I think it's Galen.
Galen. And then Hemlock.
Oof. We need to protect these folks here, but I think the best way for Galen to protect is to hack and slash. So we're already engaged. We're going all in. Let's attack the eye of the deep that is in front of me. Hope for the best, y'all. Let's make that
Always hoping for the best.
32.
Is a hit. Slicing deep.
Okay, so that's 15, 16, 17,
Derek, can I get a range to
27,
Ansgar?
33.
33.
33. 2 of that is
Damn it.
cold.
All right.
Thank you.
It is near death, and since I already told you no weaknesses or resistances, you don't need to tell me how much is cold.
Okay. I will then, sensing the opportunity, Galen reads the scroll that's in his hand, and this is a scroll of sure strike.
Okay.
It's a 1-action scroll. And on the next attack before the end of the turn, roll 2 dice and use the better result.
All right.
So we're going to attempt to finish the fight here. Or
Good
finish
luck.
this fight here. Let's take a 15 plus 14 for a 29.
Oh, is a hit.
Long
Nice.
breath
All right,
weapons
then we will be
recharge.
doing not a whole lot of damage here, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10 is 17, and 6 is 23.
Destroys the creature, hacking off the last few tentacles on it.
This one is down!
It has actually 1 action left to make some final cry and call out, but when its turn starts, it'll be slow, so it'll lose that.
That is all. That is all 3.
Great. Hemlock, you're on the south side with a
Itty-bitty
smaller
little
one
creature. Itty bitty.
right next to you.
Question is, if I do the 10 paces, move away.
10 paces only at the start of the battle. It's done.
Okay, so it's all done over. Well, I guess I'm turning and shooting this creature that's
Okay.
right there at me.
It's
Got 1 gun loaded.
Stand by. If you make a ranged attack,
Oh, it's a negative.
no. It'll be fine, but it will have an opportunity to do an attack of opportunity.
Oh, can I load my other gun and move away from it?
Sure can.
Would that get opportunity attack?
If you step 5 feet, it doesn't get to make the attack of opportunity. If you run 25 feet, it does.
Yeah, I'm gonna step 5 feet.
Okay.
Get some room.
And you want to reload?
Yeah, reload my other gun.
Okay. And you have a third action.
Yep, and I'm just gonna shoot it.
The same thing applies. It has a range of 15 feet. These tentacles are whipping through the air. It probably won't hit you.
It probably, yeah, whatever, sure.
But it's probably worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at it. Take 1 shot at it.
Okay.
And since that's my third action, I use my third shot with the correct plus.
Yes.
I go first.
Yes.
I got a 27.
27 is a hit.
Yeah. That'd be 21 points.
All right. A spurt of blood, a chunk of tentacle goes flying off while another one comes racing towards your head. What is your armor class?
27.
It is a 34, so that is a hit.
Hits.
You are hit for 21 bludgeoning, smashing up against the side of your head. You had this strange little vertigo sensation that's throwing you off.
A little tit for tat there.
Yeah. All right. We have our summoner, Ansgar, in the middle.
Does long jump have the move action associated with it?
I'm going to guess yes, but I'll double check.
Oh, did we do it without?
Long jump does not have that on there. What the
Because
hell?
normally you have to stride.
Oh, it says you stride,
Correct.
then attempt.
Awesome. So I have an ability called quick jump. You can use high jump and long jump as a single action instead of 2 actions.
Okay.
If you do, you don't perform the initial stride.
Then you're good.
So I will leap nimbly away.
Dwarven acrobat.
No, these stupid bunny hopping from a first person. I hate bunny hoppers.
I picture like a ninja like backflip just away.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, however far I can get away on a long jumping, absolutely. That is where I would like to go. And that is 1 action. And Shalara will...
Well,
How far did you go?
go.
Should be 10 feet?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
good.
believe so.
Yep.
Golly's sitting there with a potion in his hand.
Can Shalara quaff that potion that's being held out
Yeah,
by
absolutely. As an action.
Shalara?
How much of the hand goes with
Good,
it, though?
but yeah, I know that's the problem.
It's the frostbite that is the concern. Yeah,
Eats the glass.
yeah. She will, with her jaws, chomp down upon the potion, toss her head back, swallow it, potion and all, as an action.
There's recycle. Hello. I guess I have to wait for that. 2d8 plus 5. You want to roll it out?
That was the name of the poison?
17.
17.
So fairly
I see the
good.
number.
And then she has 2 more actions. If she moves 25 feet straight in, that's okay because she has reach. No, hold on.
Will be slowed on
Yeah,
her next
well,
turn.
I know, but she will incur a
Yeah.
attack of opportunity.
Is this ground only movement or is there a cylinder of this slope?
It's a burst. 20 foot per second. So
Yeah.
Sphere.
The one to the south spent his reaction, if that helps.
Ansgar stares intimidatingly at the smaller creature
To the south. All right.
So intimidating glare.
This bunny hopping dwarf has an intimidating stare.
He does. I rolled an 8. I'm going to use a hero point at this time. I have 3 total. I'm going to use 1 because I had some late night hero points. And instead, I'm going to get a 36 to intimidate.
Whoa. Versus their will DC
Yes.
is a critical success.
Now, on a critical success, I am guessing it's not a lower level than I am.
It's a baby.
It is not lower level than
Okay.
you.
Then it is...
According to me, that is frightened 2.
Yes.
All right.
And had it failed because I have, I think the
Oh, like a super frightened type
intimidating
thing?
glare, they would flee for a round if
Gotcha.
they were a lower level.
No, good question. That's awesome. That's one of the best ones that worked out that way.
Yes. And that's it.
All right. Last, I said that last time. That was not the case. Last is Zaldor.
Yes. I see this creature in my sphere, and I'm hoping I can keep it there for a long, long time.
I'm getting a David Attenborough vibe.
He was in all of
The
my...
eyes
I
of
took-
the deep.
I took 3
majestic blue tentacle
three glasses of
inserting
rum.
itself.
Do not berate the man. He's a legend. All right.
It is all
So,
honor.
I am thinking that if slowed is good, slower is gooder. So I'm going to cast slow on the creature that is slowed
Okay. How the hell does that work?
by casting a new spell on it.
It would probably be a status effect.
Oh, wait,
or whatever,
do they not
so it wouldn't
stack?
I
stack.
don't think they stack.
Oh, that would suck then. I will not do that because it will not be better than.
So the
Investigate
creature has showed
exactly-
its resistance to my spells.
Exactly
I will not back away.
where it is. In that case, chromatic ray with a flourish.
There we go. We were all waiting for it.
Chromatic ray colors
Yes.
spray out.
I have to roll a d4.
Range 30 feet.
I That is not a D4.
And that's
Just
not
even
30
have
feet.
D4s?
You're not 30 feet.
I'm not. Well, I'm going to run. I'm going to get within because it's 2 actions. One action is to get within range.
Which
Up
one?
By my friend.
To
Yes,
the
right
east?
around there.
All right.
You
Shoot
just
it
call
over
me
there.
your friend.
Man, you're right in between two
Dear friend.
crazy
Yes.
tentacles flying around you.
Much better than that paladin we used to have. I think this is a D. I don't even. Oh, that is a D4. It's a 3.
No, that's not how we do chromatic rays.
Oh, no.
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 We have Jocelyn
Oh,
here.
Jocelyn's
She's
here.
the master of picking chromatic rays. Jocelyn, pick a number between 1 and 4.
Not electricity.
2 is red, fire, 30 fire damage to the target.
I must rule it to hit, though.
30 fire. That's huge.
Yes. He puts this here. Plus 17. Big white die, plus 17. 9 plus 17, 26.
26. It goes wide, misses, and
I will
off
use
into
a
the
hero
dark.
because I have too many.
You bring the beam slightly over.
It's a beam. You can hold it. Yes. Instead, I roll lower.
Frank, that's how that works.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Where is Lord Ansgar?
All right. Instead of
Lured prematurely.
that happens as you get older. Instead of fire, you blast out somehow a bit of water that reinvigorates it, and it heals for half of that, for 15 points of damage.
Did I roll a 1?
And I believe that's it for Zaldor.
Yes.
As you do that, right next to you and Ansgar is a boulder that I think Ansgar leapt over with ease.
It's a friendly bull.
A man materializes there. A strange nobleman of middle age with a grin, and he says, "Well, that didn't help at all, did it?"
No.
He says to you, has no
I'm
reason
rather
being there.
abashed.
He continues to watch the battle with eagerness, seeming quite out of place. As he watches, he looks over as though he has little care in his world, watching some kid's t-ball game or something. He looks over his shoulder and sees the slowed eastern creature that just got healed charge a little closer and strike tentacles. He just lazily ducks as the tentacles go after Ansgar. And it's going to be the ventral tube attack with its... No, it moved. And it's slowed. It only has 1 action. It does 1 tentacle only.
And it's feared
One
too.
tentacle.
No, the other one is.
Other one
feared
is.
too.
Other one is.
The baby's
Okay.
fear.
Gotcha. Yep.
Here it comes. 31.
31 will hit.
Okay. Critical? Not a critical.
No.
I'm sure it's more than your 22 points of damage.
That is indeed more than my 3.
All right.
Ansgar is down, and the Eidolon Shalara in a just a like she's moving, and just as she's moving, she just turns into icicles, and they just fall on the ground and kind of just break apart, and she is gone.
Oh, I've been wanting to see what happens when that happens.
He says clappily.
Someone pushes him into the water.
The badly injured smaller one to the south that is frightened 2 is going to do a ventral attack on Hemlock. This is a nasty one. Here it comes with a 20 to hit.
Oh, he missed.
That
it
is,
missed.
sorry, that was not ventral tube. That was flooding thrust. It makes 2 tentacle attacks. So there's 2 of them coming at you.
It's too young for flooding.
24.
Still misses. Keep trying.
Its
No. Don't say that.
third one will be, it will bite at you with its beak, which also has a range of 10 feet, with a 26.
Ooh, still misses.
Oh, trying desperately, you
dude.
bobbing and weaving. Nice.
What you got?
And the gentleman in the middle says, well done, and claps at you, Hemlock. It is Golly's turn.
Yay, golly. Oh, boy. All right.
So
I've got that. That happens. Just 1 is down. We're fine with that. I think from here, can I have a range to... that works. That works. All right, we're going to do that. A burst of healing energy from my divine fount will reach out and hit everyone except for the enemies.
And what is your divine fount?
It's healing. pure, luscious, dare I say, Dairy Queen-like healing.
what is-
It's froyo.
But
It's
what is
soft-serve
the
healing.
fount? What is the fount? What is the source of that?
What does it look like? Where's it come from?
Oh, it comes from my heart. It's like Care Bear stare.
Oh my God.
How about Captain Planet?
I like
Does
the
it have
Care
the
Bears.
lustrous quality of, I don't know, a little pony of some kind?
No, that'd be rude.
Okay.
All right. What? I'm early. Here we go.
Burst of healing.
Burst of healing. That's not bad. 17, and that is 21, 22. Everyone in range except for enemies heals 24 points of damage.
I believe that makes me full health, no?
That rises Lord Ansgar up.
Oh yeah, you're conscious but prone. Let me prone you.
Stand still so let me prone thee.
That's Hemlock, 24. That's Galen, 24.
All right, if that's it,
Yeah, that's a 3-action.
Woof.
Boom.
I've lost
All
my
right. Galen.
creature. There we go. It is Galen's turn.
This man who's appeared, does he appear actually physically present or more ethereal?
He appears fully there, wearing a nobleman's clothes, some nice necklaces, golden necklaces around him, and he is just like casually there as though he's watching a picnic going on.
And is it the same face as the image we saw earlier that told us about how the caves had been locked down to protect the world?
Negative.
Oh, okay.
My apologies. I forgot that the 3-die rule is in effect. There's more dice that are averaged into the roll. That's 12 more healing on top
So
of all.
36.
Okay. Galen will just shout to the man, "Fight if you can fight. Don't just stand there." And then how much distance between me and the creature? 20 feet. We're gonna risk it. Galen leaps, and his blast foot carries him through the air to the south of the creature. 125 feet. There we go. Perfect. That's where I want to land.
All right, you Star-Lord next to it.
And it does not react.
What's a blast boots?
Blast boot casts jump, allows me to leap 30 feet in any direction.
I think.
Jump does not have the move
I
action.
think we're good now, but based on what we read. You can high jump or long jump without the need to stride first.
All right. So being next to the creature, once again,
That's a really neat little. That's
Nice
a
little trick.
utility I did not understand at first.
yeah. Thank you for showing that to me.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do our wonderful little trick.
What level is it, that item?
The blast foot?
Is it moderate, lesser, greater, level 1, level 3, level 9?
Well, I can tell you that the blast cone it can do, which we're not going to do right now, does 3d6 plus 17, if that helps you.
30.
That's what you told me.
I don't even see that on here. Blast boots. Okay, continue on.
Yep. All right. So, with the fish hooks, the rusty fish hooks that are the little bits of esoterica that Galen has wrapped around his fist, he will rake them across the creature's hide in an attempt to once again exploit vulnerability. So this is an esoteric lore check, and that's a 29.
The rusty fish hooks. I love that.
Is a success.
Great. So we have exploit vulnerability active, and we will, with that, attack as
I
our
thought you
last
said it
action.
applied to all the creatures.
It did, but I get extra benefits from having exploit
specific,
vulnerability
right,
on that creature.
On that particular one.
Let's go ahead and just use that hero point, why don't we?
Would you roll?
Because that was a natural one.
Oh.
Yeah, not great.
Those odds good.
Hopefully we'll do a little bit better here. Slightly better. That's 19 plus 9 for a 28.
28. 28 is a good slice. The creature is now at barely injured.
All right. 8. Wonderful.
Barely injured.
I love that you tell me it's barely injured before I even tell you the damage. That's
Yes.
beautiful. All right, so
And the gentleman in the middle says, that was a good strike, and no, I'm quite comfortable where I am, thank you.
all right, 8, 9, 10 plus 10 is 20 plus 6 is 26 points of damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the damage that you did.
No. I rolled a 28 to hit.
Okay, sorry. I did that wrong.
Two different.
Totally did it wrong.
Please tell me 28 hits.
That is a miss. So sorry about that. That's disappointing all across
That
the
is
board.
extremely disappointing. You know what, Tom? I'll take the 26.
No, there's no bargaining. Is that it for you in all ways?
That is it. That is my
The
three
gentleman
actions.
changed his comment.
Yeah. I totally thought something else happened. Hemlock, it is your turn.
Am I still close enough where that creature's going to strike me?
You totally are. The
Okay.
gentleman in the middle says that's just way too many tentacles. And he waves his hand lazily through the air, and the tentacles start flailing in weird ways. You can move without being attacked by the tentacles fully.
I'm going to get out of the way.
25-foot movement.
Yep. I'm going to go all the way up to the. Yep. Perfect.
Hello.
And then I'm going to shoot at it.
Okay.
The first one is a 32.
Hits. The one to the south, right?
Yes.
Should still be feared 1.
Yep.
Ooh, that's not bad. 19.
19 damage.
And I'm going to shoot again.
Sploosh. Sploosh.
Sploosh. Ooh,
Oh.
almost. That would be 20. No, I'm sorry.
Plus 16, so 35.
35. Yeah.
35 is a critical hit.
Ooh, oh, no.
Now,
Oh no!
now the damage.
So roll those dice.
Roll these. Sorry
Yeah.
for the.
So this is the deadly count.
This
Yeah.
is the deadly count. Not a very good deadly count.
Memorize
So we're gonna
that
add
number.
6.
6. So 6 to this.
Yeah, so that's 12.
12.
No. Just roll that once, and then roll this
Roll these
Yeah.
2 or 3
once,
once.
and then but we're gonna double a bunch of numbers.
So this one once.
No, all of the
All of
dice
them.
like you would like on a
Sorry.
normal hit. No, you're good.
That's all right. It's a lot.
So that's 11 plus what's our normal plus?
10.
So that's 22. So that's 34 doubled.
And you
No, I'm sorry. Not all that. 22, 44 plus 12,
56.
56 damage.
Yeah, what he said.
All right,
Okay.
Frank / Hemlock, can you describe how you destroy this creature?
Good job, Frank Locke.
Oh, whoo!
Describe,
That's for you.
Poor
describe
little
it.
baby. This poor
Little
little
baby.
baby creature.
That we were going to
His tentacles
befriend.
are waving in the air, waving in the air, and he just takes the right between one and just kind of takes out 3 or 4 tentacles with the first shot, and the second one just hits him right between the little eyes, and it just collapses in a big pile right there.
All right,
Vicious.
and as it does so, the guy in the middle says, "Oh, that doesn't seem quite fair," and he waves his hand, and the creature's
Jesus.
alive with 10 hit points remaining.
I reload one of my pistols and I give that general direction.
It's suckling
the
one
other
of your
guy.
bullets.
Ansgar, prone.
I didn't have anything against that guy until that happened.
A little stabby stab in the backy back.
He's one of these true neutral zealots. He wants to get his.
Ansgar will stand. And then
No, we can't have that. Your legs disappear.
How
Your legs are gone.
how damaged is the one to the east?
Barely injured.
Injured, and to the south is pretty injured.
Oh yeah, he's got
Oh,
10 left.
10 life left.
Got 10 left.
Okay, so Ansgar holds his hand out, his whole arm out, palm open, and a black tendril of energy lashes out at this creature, and he casts
creature?
The one to the south. Should be within 30 feet, hopefully.
Get some hot tentacle on tentacle action.
Uh,
Well,
sure
before you
is.
decide this, I have an
just want
alert for a
kills.
hero point. We have Jocelyn here, our audience member. Jocelyn, who is going to get the hero point? Galen is receiving
We'll
it.
put that to good use.
And it needs to make a Where are you? Will a fortitude save.
Which one? East one?
The one to the south.
South. Fortitude save.
Yes.
He wants his kill count high, so he's gonna.
27.
13, 14, 15, 16. It takes half damage. 16, so it takes 8 void damage.
All right. It's not quite dead. I'm not going to tell you how many it has left.
People at home.
Yeah.
Do we befriend it now that we've weakened it?
No Pokeball!
I choose you.
Okay, that's it. Ansgar will move
They
to
imprint
the.
on that which almost kills them. It's a weird life cycle.
I'm.
Can you throw a rock at it or
I
something?
will step west, and then I will move 10 more feet west.
Okay, before you do that, standing has a move trait. So you can crawl 5 feet to your west. You could have cast while you're on the ground, crawled, and now you can stand up.
Well, actually, I only have 3 actions right
Okay.
now. So I used 2, so I will crawl.
Crawl, you're there. Gotcha. Okay. No Shalara.
Crawling majestically, like a lord should.
Crawl for the Lord!
Zaldor,
my eyes.
here in the middle next to the boulder in the center. 2 of these creatures still left.
Yes. This strange arcane gentleman has appeared in front of us. I would like to do a recall knowledge to see if I have any idea who or what has appeared and is doing these magical effects. They
All
seem quite
right.
powerful.
Make a society roll, please.
I will do so. Yes, 21.
21. You have no idea. His clothes do look old-fashioned, but not old.
And he does look fully present, as in he's physically here, not like a
Correct.
illusion.
Not an illusion.
No.
He's sitting atop the rock going,
He is. Well, Zaldor has never been hesitant about people in the way of his spells when he's trying to do something that is efficacious. So Zaldor is going to cast Lightning Bolt at the large creature.
Thank you, Jeremy. The one to the northeast.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I don't think anything's in the way. This guy looks like an illusion to me.
Okay. Lightning bolt is lashing out. That's a reflex save to everyone in the way, correct?
Yes.
The creature got a 28.
That is a success. What is that? Is not even a number. Oh, that's a 12.
It's not even a number.
How did I roll a
That is
a
that
G?
is so my experience looking at Jeremy's dice.
Look at this. It's a date.
I know.
Has a date
I
on it.
know.
All right, 11,
His dice
23,
are-
24,
How did I roll a
25, 29, so 29 and 14.
14.
It's just an umlaut. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
14 damage. The gentleman instantly appears somewhere else on that boulder, disappears and reappears, and says, "Oh, please."
Not just you, it was that thing. I thought you were an illusion.
Oh, you have another action.
I did my
Your
recall.
recall,
knowledge,
yes. It is a fresh turn.
Yes.
And it is the creature to the north's turn, and it is going to finally do some flooding thrust on Galen. 2 double tentacle stabs coming at you.
Galen's a natural. He's a pro. He's experienced when it comes to flooding thrusts.
Is 34 good for you?
34 hits.
What about 33?
That also hits.
All
but on the
right.
first hit,
Yes.
with my reaction, I will present my amulet, and a little bit of a shockwave emanates out and absorbs a bit of that damage. So, minus 11 to the damage on the first hit, and 5 resistance until the start of my next turn.
Okay. That was the 25 damage.
So take 11 off of that.
And then 26 damage on the second one.
14 and 21.
They got it?
35 total.
And then as it pierces into you, it floods your internal organs with water. You need to make a reflex save.
Colonic flush.
28.
Rolled a 2. This is going to be a hard one to.
Only recently got.
I think we're gonna spend that wonderfully given hero point and attempt to
Can't get
avoid
worse.
some of this. Don't say that when it can.
I'm the cleric. It's my prerogative.
No, I needed a 14 and I rolled a 13, so that's a 27.
27 is a miss. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
To your spleen.
So was the first attack bludgeon? No, that was piercing.
We're going to say these, when they do the flooding thrust, are piercing.
Okay.
And you are sickened 1. So you're -1 to all checks and all DCs. That includes armor and anything else. You can spend a single action to make a fortitude save to try and get rid of it.
That's not great.
And that was it, because it was slowed and it's staying in that temporal static craziness, which I think still is only at half its duration. It's good to go. The creature to the south, near death, still alive somehow, crawls slowly, leading purple blood behind, reaching out with tentacles to get at Zaldor. With its second and third action, it will also do a flooding thrust.
Oh my.
And no, it's not going to do that. It's going to do a regular tentacle attack instead.
Thank you.
Sorry.
With a 24 to hit.
That misses by 1.
Actually, it's 21 to hit.
That misses by more than 1.
All right, it misses, and then in frustration, it strikes a second time with a 23 to hit.
That also misses.
All right, and it is now done with that part of its crazy fear.
Recognizes
That's
our
13,
paternal connection.
It is Golly's turn.
Golly. Golly is
Do
fortunate-
something useful, won't you?
I'm eating things propellently. Golly is a paragon of battle medicine. And he has a victim in front of him. A sharp implement appears in Golly's hand as he cuts deeply into Galen.
With
You're not-
risky surgery?
Risky
You're not
surgery.
next to me, sir. You're next to Hemlock.
You're next to me.
Damn it. Well, now I need to be next to... No, I can't be next to you. Oh, why do you make this difficult? Son of a... let's see. If I move, step in, I can still do it for an action, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'd have to go around. 1, 2, 3... Oh, you guys are too far away.
I'm very close.
How far does your staff reach?
About 3 feet.
What's your plan?
I need a range to Lord Ansgar. 15 feet, that'll be fine. I just choose a different target. I go to Lord Ansgar.
Running over to him with
A
scalpel.
sharp implement.
I start
My-
crawling the other way.
Not again! Not again!
No.
This risky surgery adds to the number 2 to the roll, changes successes to critical successes, doubling the outcome. However, at the potential cost of 1d8 damage, which you can roll.
5.
Okay, you take 5 damage.
That
5
takes me down to
damage.
31.
And then I am rolling out my medicine. Oh, a natural 1. I'm going to use a hero point on that because I want to heal you.
I don't want to die.
What DC are you choosing?
It's medicine.
Right, but
Oh,
you're
this is the baseline's always the 20.
it's 15 or 20 or 30 or 40.
Oh, 15
If you're
is an
trained,
option.
expert, master, or legendary.
I will be going for the 20.
20, okay.
Yeah. 39.
All right, critical success on the 20 is a 4d8 plus 10.
Wow.
4d8 plus
That's more.
10.
It is more.
This is fun doing Zaldor's voice. I appreciate it.
48. That's 7. We'll roll out that one. That is 14. That is 20. And 10, that's 30 hit points.
Puts me at 61.
Stupid battle medicine. That's pretty
Love
great.
That's great.
61.
That was a move, and that my last action will be to raise the shield that's in my other hand.
And then the target, Ansgar, is immune to battle medicine for the day.
Yes.
Okay. Galen, you are toe-to-toe with this sucker. It tried to blast you with some good juice.
I reject your juice.
He's like a Capri Sun of Galen.
Right.
Trying to get the tentacle in.
Just poking around the edges. Galen shouts, I don't know how much longer I can stand against this thing, but we'll strike at it
You've got
anyway.
59 hit points. Suck it up. And keep in mind you're sick as well.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 26, 25 to hit.
Miss.
That is a miss with the first one. Oh goodness. I think we're gonna risk it and go for the second strike. Try to hit. Yeah, we need a good result here. That will do. That is gonna be a 32 to hit.
Is a hit.
All right, so that's going to be 5, 8, 9, plus 10 is 19, plus 6 is 25.
Big juicy swipe. You sever a tentacle. It goes flying and tumbling down the cliff. The creature is now badly injured to the northeast.
Excellent. So as that strike cuts deep, this time Galen brings up his other hand that has the amulet in it and presses it into the flesh of the creature where it sizzles slightly, and that will allow me to intensify vulnerability with the amulet. So that will give me the +2 status bonus to AC and saves against this target.
Nice. Super cool.
So mitigating a little bit of that sickness.
All right. Hemlock, you are to the north. Safe as can be.
Oh, of course. I'm going to take some shots at the critter there. It's fighting Galen.
Okay, to the
Shots.
east.
Yep. Boom.
You're loaded and everything?
I'm loaded. Yeah. I got one shot.
All right, hold on. Keep that number.
I was benefiting from target of exploit vulnerability.
Okay.
When I rolled my reflex save, I didn't take into account a +1 from that exploit vulnerability, which would have made that roll a 28,
Okay.
not a 27.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have saved the poison.
What do you think, Derek? He allows it. Derek, the technician, allows it. So you are no longer sickened.
I'd like to bring a point of order. Questions regarding mortality and medicine and poison should fall on the cleric. Just saying. Just saying.
All right, what was your shot, Hemlock?
27.
27 is a miss.
I'm going to take the time, other 2 actions, and reload.
All right,
my
reloading
guns.
like a fiend. Ansgar, on your feet, healed. No,
I
not on
don't
your
know.
feet.
I'm still laying around.
On the ground,
Yeah.
being stabbed.
Yes.
Stabbed to life.
Yes.
Being lorded over by some creepy old dude.
It happens.
No. Stay where
Oh
you
no,
are.
Goalie's very aware of it.
I can see your ball sack from here.
Austrian pervert.
Yes. I will. Ansgar seems to focus and concentrate, and the air around him becomes chilled and cold and begins to mist as Shalara remanifests before us.
All right, spending all 3 actions.
And then she would be manifesting to my south, and then she can take 1 action and she will step. Actually, she has range. She has a 5-foot range. She's 5 foot. She will attack instead.
She appears, lashes out.
And with a 14 on the die, plus 19, 33.
You need to do a certain amount of damage.
That damage is 8, 9, 13.
She's dead. That's dead.
26.
Would you like to describe how Shalara materializes and kills this
I
thing?
would. Shalara reforms. It's cold, it's icy, there's a mist, and then she just shoots forward and grabs this creature by its, basically top and just starts to crush, and it just kind of condenses, and then a hydraulic torrent of water comes flying out of it as she just crushes it and then tosses it carelessly over the side and into the ocean.
The gentleman on the boulder laying there says, "So violent."
And then she looks at him.
There is a screech from the creature to the northeast that has been being attacked by Galen, and it will now automatically pass all attempts to slow in its anger of killing its child. So it will no longer be slowed the rest of the battle as it is enraged.
And Shalara's attention switches to Mama.
Zaldor.
Oh. In Zaldor's mind, he's thinking, just missed with a spell in front of a fellow wizard that will not do twice. Fourth barrage! At 5th level!
Ooh. That's a lot of bolts.
A lot of balls. I believe I
Hoping
did
we
the
get a
math,
rest after
and I
this.
think I have this correct.
Rest.
What did he avoid? 33 points of forcing
What?
damage.
How many dice? What's happening?
3d4 plus 24 with the averaging of the other dice.
All right.
But it would be 9d4 plus 9.
Okay.
And that hits the old man, right?
Correct. How much damage? 34?
34.
9 different force bolts, unblockable, fly across the island like fireworks, lighting this thing up.
It's like a gun made of a machine.
It is now near death.
That was all 3 actions.
Nice. New round. It is that creature's turn. Ignoring the slow, it lashes out violently with, let's do the ventral tube again. No, let's do a tentacle.
Tentacle.
Tentacle with a 28 to hit.
That misses because of the exploit vulnerability. Or, the intensified vulnerability.
Intensify. Striking again. Oh, 37 to hit.
That's just a hit.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
You have been hit for 20. I keep rolling the damage. 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
So again, with my reaction, I will absorb some of that through the amulet and just bounces off a bit. So
How was
minus
that?
11.
It's only 11 damage.
And for its third action, it grapples you and grabs around you with that tentacle. Your fortitude plus 10. You don't roll, it rolls. Your fortitude plus 10 is the 37.
25 is my fortitude.
Okay. Critical,
15 plus
critical
yeah.
success.
Ooh.
You are
Immobilized.
restrained until the end of your next turn until the creature moves or you escape.
One moment. We're not going to make this mistake again.
Oh, yes, we are.
What did it roll? It rolled a 37?
37.
I have a 27, so it's still a crit.
Okay.
Yeah, damn.
You are restrained. That means you are off guard, immobilized, cannot manipulate or attack except to try to escape. It has you nice and tight.
It's got me! It's got me!
All right. Who is next? My thing is refreshing.
Goalie.
Goalie.
Goalie sees Galen wrapped up in tentacles, and it almost looks like Galen just wants to be wrapped up in tentacles.
I'm quite enjoying myself, thank you.
Goalie is going
we
to
all?
lash out furiously with Sure Footing cast at level 4 on Galen.
Ooh. What does that do?
All the things plus more things.
You gain tentacles.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'd love a polymorph. That'd be great.
Anything else?
Aside from it provides a counteract to his restrain, a counteract check.
What's it called? Surefoot?
Sure Footing. Gotta remember the gerund.
There it is. Attempt to counteract an effect of your choice. Clumsy, grabbed, or paralyzed. He is no longer grabbed.
No. Cast at level 4.
Level 4. Add immobilize, slowed, and restrained. Oh, you're casting this quite high level. Nice. You get to
Well
try
done.
to counteract it. So make a spell.
It's not immediate. Just gives you a chance right now. To
Oh,
break
you free. You attempt a counteract. Instead, but if the would have countered 2 lines. Okay, so you make the roll right now. So make a spell attack roll.
Okay. That looks good. Spell attack based off my 17. That is a 23.
23. You fail, but according to this, you suppress the effect until the beginning of your next turn.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Instead, you suppress the effect beginning of the next turn. That is really interesting. The effect's duration doesn't last. I'm going to say that he just slips right out of it then, right? How the hell would it be suppressed for a turn? He's
It
totally
weakens
free.
him. He slips out. Maybe he goes prone. He falls to the ground, kind of thing.
No, not prone. We're good.
I gotta play.
He's still wrapped up, but
He's more...
it's like a
It's a limp tentacle at this point.
Yeah,
If I
it's
don't
more
move
like
away
a
from
wet
it, it
noodle.
can
He's
grab
wrapped in
me.
some wet noodles.
All right. It is your turn, Galen.
That's interesting.
It's a near death.
It's the texture.
So technically, you're not restrained right now.
Right. In order to get out of grappling distance, I think I would need to step 3 times. Actually, even if I stepped 3 times, I'd still be within distance,
Just
right?
kill it. Much easier.
Yeah, I think killing it's the right call. So the first thing we'll do here is activate those blast boots we talked about earlier. So the second effect of the blast boots, other than giving me the ability to leap 30 feet, is I can unleash a 15-foot blast cone dealing force damage at 8d6. And it's a DC 27 fortitude save.
Fortitude save for the creature,
Yep.
39.
And that critically succeeds.
It takes the blast and doesn't bat an eye, screeching in matronly horror at the loss of its innocent child.
Woof. That is really disturbing and gives Galen pause for a moment, but with one action left, he will do what he does and
pausing takes an
lash
action.
out with the sword and try to strike some of those tentacles off again, and will miss with
Okay.
a 6 on the die.
And the tentacles start to grab around you tighter. Hemlock.
I'm gonna take some shots at. I got 2 loaded.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it!
I'm trying here. I'm trying. First one misses. 27.
That is a
I
miss.
feel like Seth. Rolls are coming great. Second one. Ooh, I'm gonna do a hero point there because I don't want to hit you. So
Did you roll a natural one?
I did roll a natural one.
Oh,
Way to go. Welcome to the Bards.
Yes, thank you. I'm not like part of the group. 12 plus that would be 28.
28 is a miss.
I tried. And I take my last round and reload one of the
Okay.
guns.
Welcome to Gunslinger Land.
Yep, I know.
Ansgar.
Ansgar and Shalara will act together and both move. Ansgar will move to the northwest, getting kind of out of the way. Still about 15. Back one. Perfect. Right there. And then Shalara will move up to that spot that was just vacated. And then she draws her head back, draws a deep breath in, and strikes with her breath weapon.
I'm again so sorry. 40.
Well, then that will end my turn.
Okay. The creature is just shrugging off blow after blow, grabbing onto
angry.
Galen.
So angry.
Zaldor.
Let's give it something it can't dodge. Wall of fire! Right on top of it!
My morning breath. A wall of fire, I heard.
Oh boy.
Yes, it's right. Wait.
It's burning every
It's on one
spell.
of these things. That's what they're for.
I sure hope it doesn't grapple
Or
Galen
Jeremy's
into the
gonna
wall.
come back. I have no
I need
spells left.
Jeremy needs to come back, play the bard, and then
Just
you need to stay the
more
wizard.
diagonal, but that's wonderful.
I don't like
Northwest to southeast diagonal.
What level is this spell cast at? 4.
Wonderful. Oh, I don't have any 4th level spells. Never mind. Will not cast that.
Perfect, Zaldor. Continue.
Let me cast a 5th level spell because I don't have any of those either. All right. Slow. Oh, slow. Nope, got rid of that.
Prestidigitation.
I tickle it.
We're running low on spells that do damage, so I do have still left lightning bolt number 2.
Oh, reflex save. Here it comes. It has dodged everything under the
Not
sun.
this one.
32.
That is a simple success for halvesies.
Okay.
That is not bad. That is 36 points of damage.
Really? So 18.
10, 11, 12, and 3.
Wow. The
Wow,
creature
that's
near
great.
death is now even more nearer to death.
Nearest.
And I have 1 action left. That would be to take 1 step backwards very cautiously and go, oops, my bad, thought you'd die. Whoosh.
And it is the creature's turn. The gentleman in the middle says, now this should be interesting. Yeah. As the creature holds you close, you have -2 since you were off guard to your armor class, and is going to beak you to death. 37.
Oh, because of the -2, that is a crit.
35
That's just a hit.
and a 20.
That is a miss.
All right, the regular hit is 26 points of damage.
Can I use my amulet is in my hand. Can I use amulet's abeyance? I think I can, right? It's a reaction.
Yep. You should be able to. It's not a move action, is it?
What was this called? Restrained.
Yeah.
You cannot manipulate.
So is amulet's abeyance a manipulate action?
It does. It has the
reaction.
manipulate traits. You cannot. Okay, so let me give it to you in the right order since this might drop you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll quit screwing around with that. This was the beak attack. The critical first. 38 points of piercing damage.
Still standing.
And
well,
then-
still grappled.
Grappled, and then 26 points of damage.
Still grappled, but no longer conscious.
All right.
That's actually important that the critical was first because now you're not
Yeah.
dying too.
So you're dying one.
Only 1 bad Howie.
And then it will move to the east, pulling him down the cliff towards the water.
Oh.
Quickly now!
I didn't fall on my own accord. Golly, your turn.
If it's not falling down a cliff, it's being drugged down a cliff.
Boom, 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 boom.
When I got that glide rune, I wasn't accounting for
An extra
tentacles.
Yeah, an extra 3 tons of weight.
Yeah.
Golly needs to make a run. That bastard thing is in the way. How close do I have to be to the, I imagine, a cliffside there to get line of sight on Galen?
There.
Son of a biscuit.
Does that spell, is it start of the turn? Do you remember? He's not even looking at me. Let's see. What was it called? What was his spell called? The time spell.
Mine? Stagnates time.
That's right.
Thank you.
I probably would have dropped it if a creature left. If I can't. Well, I don't think I can. It's not
Nope.
concentrate.
Any creature that begins its turn, you can run through there without any trouble if that's your concern, Golly.
It's just trying to get a line of sight on him, but
I think you can get there.
25. Yeah, but
Oh, you don't have
with
any actions.
Yeah, no actions. I will watch you descend into the water as I stand at the cliff's edge.
You could maybe try to hold on to me and keep me from going under.
No, I don't do that. I'm a cleric.
Fair. Fair. Totally fair.
I will move to the edge and observe him sinking slowly.
Okay, you.
Oh, I got him.
It is Hemlock's turn.
My first action is I'm going to be trying to join him over there, but I'm going to be reloading at the same time. My other
Okay.
pistol.
That's you have an ability to do that, right? A
Yes,
running
yeah,
reload.
running reload.
Okay, that was
Do
your
that.
first action.
My first action.
Second action, you don't have line of sight.
I don't have line of sight.
Nope.
I'm going to move again.
Okay.
Get line of sight. Am I out of the...
You are currently not out of the.
Just go one more down.
You can go one more down.
Five more
Well,
feet.
Down, you'd be fine.
Well, I still have one action left or no? Yeah, right.
Yes,
there.
you have one action remaining.
And then I'm going to shoot.
Make it a good one.
Oh, it's starting to disappear under the water.
Oh my god, there's a lot of pressure on me.
Shoot.
Here we go.
Now, wait a minute. You can put Galen out of his misery.
You're very
gonna
likely to crit.
He's going to
Just-
get impregnated with tentacle
Here
craziness.
we go. It's still my first attack roll, right?
First attack
First attack roll. Come on.
11 plus, that'd be a 30.
30 dead.
30 is a hit.
32.
You need to do
32 was the.
32 is a hit. You need to do 15 points of damage.
I don't think you can do under that, actually.
Shh. Oh, I got it.
All right. Again, describe how this creature
I
is
see it being
destroyed.
dragged down to the water, and I come running as fast as I can, loading my little pistol, and I'm getting ready to. I see it right as it's beginning to go under. And I shoot it right in the eyeball, and it begins to let go of whatever it is, and we watch Galen kind of float up while the creature sinks into the water.
And then you need a one-liner to go with it.
I won't let it go with it.
Yeah.
I'll keep my eye on you, buddy. Don't worry.
Hey,
about it.
there we go.
Galen tumbles unconsciously down into the water.
Yeah, the dead creature falls and it slowly pulls him down in, sinking into the water.
Well, that's what Tully's there for. That's what the cleric's there for.
No. I'm a cleric. I don't do
Well,
that.
you can save him.
You are able to bring Galen's unconscious body back up and stabilize him, Golly, and you are all alive on top of the island. There in the middle of the rock is a gentleman who's...
And who are you, sir?
He says, you may call me Cord. And this was mildly entertaining.
Does that name ring a bell for Saldor?
Does not.
Is this your home?
He ignores you. I would like to have a word with you all. And he waves his hand again nonchalantly in the air, and then you hear this rattling sound that grows louder and louder and louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And spooling up to the south of the island is 1,000 feet of chain that is falling from above.
Jesus.
Just falling and pouring down and clattering and then sliding down off the island and down into the water.
I got it. Oh, no. This is not good.
Is this really necessary?
We shall find out. Jericho, you wake up.
Where does that come from?
What are all these little notes around here for?
That's right. They left you sticky notes.
Don't go in the glass place.
No, really.
I chained up the glass thing. Really, don't go in there. I will shoot you. Signed H.
That half Italian sub is mine. /Hemlock. You wake up. You stretch a bit. You're feeling a little bit better after whatever the compelling reason it was for you to leave your friends behind.
I found an ale barrel way down in the bottom of the ship, and I did not tell anybody. But I deserved it after all I've been through.
Yeah. Yes,
There's
indeed.
more. Don't worry. There's more. But, oh, my head is spinning. I go look around for everybody.
You look around, you don't see much of anything except a lightly snow-covered mountain. You see the gangplank has been extended. You step out onto the deck. You see there's a little bit of light snow that's lightly melting, but it is slightly odd. As you look up, and it is still lightly snowing, but the sky is clear. Not a cloud in sight. And before you step onto the dock, you recognize it is not snow, but little silver filaments slowly falling down upon the ship.
Are these reminiscent of any other silver filaments I've ever seen?
Very much so.
Oh, they're all gone. I'm going to get new friends again.
It's nice to see you just accept the reality now.
And not like pure terror.
I hate this. Well, let's go meet the new guys.
Same as the old guy.
I hope there's not a... What was the name of that grumpy Barbarian who cannot talk or read. Anyway, anyone but him. Alright, let's go.
What do you do?
I'm gonna go the gangplank's down onto a platform of some
Yep,
sort.
and right to an entrance just on the other side of the game.
Are there any footprints in the snow slash
Yep.
stuff? I can follow footprints.
Okay.
See if I can follow where my friends went.
Okay. You casually walk out into the silver filament snow and head over towards the door.
All right. If I have to roll anything, I'm gonna need someone to hand me my sheet for Jericho over there.
And we will take our break there, and we'll be back in a little bit. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a bit. All right, we are back from break. Thanks again so much for joining us. Consider dropping by our Discord and saying hi. We love hearing everyone's thoughts. We create a channel for each episode and love to hear what people think about the adventure that just happened or what they think's going to happen next. You can check that out on gloriousbards.com. All right, let's get a recap of what happened in the last 2 hours from Lauren. Just kidding.
I'm still traumatized.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We think Jeremy may be joining us tonight. We've got Alan doing double duty now as Zaldor and Jericho.
Is he running between seats?
Yes, that's what we'll have him do. Worst possible seating for him. Our scene is still on this island, deep below in the bowels of this mountain in a near pitch black underground lake, monstrous cavern, the size of which you still cannot see, with a black lake all around, with this tiny little island sticking out of the middle, with dead purplish blood of creatures all over it. Our heroes, sans Jericho, who is not there yet, are gathered around, recovering from the fight, and there is a stranger identifying himself as Cord, a middle-aged man. I've got a picture up here on the battle map, on the video. Middle-aged nobleman, dressed nice with some gold chains, lazily laying on a boulder in the middle of the battle without a care in the world. He rises up and says, let's see, I think I can do this. We have Lord Ansgar, the great savior of the people of the Grey Hall. We have Galen, who gives up everything good he's got going for him. We have Zaldor. Zaldor, the old man more interested in titles than in helping his love. Hemlock, you are not who I thought you were. And is it Golly or Molly? I get those confused.
Golly. And who are you again? Wait, what are you?
I am the shape of things to come. Cord is a suitable name for me.
I'm about to strike a chord, I can tell you that.
He chuckles. As you say that, there is a tremendous roar far to the east inside this cavern, and it feels as though the entire mountain shakes.
Where do we put Jericho? That has his name written all over it.
Well, that doesn't sound very good, does it?
Do you know Jericho as well?
The singer. He's not here, is he?
No.
Didn't make it?
He made it to bed. He's sleeping it off, as it were.
And what is your purpose here?
My purpose is to find out truly what it is your purpose is.
Well, taunting us is not a good pathway to get there.
I don't think my taunts are what you should worry about. I think you should be more concerned about that. He points to the east, and a large wave rolls up against and almost covers over the island and continues through.
Is it another creature come?
It certainly looks like a ripple to me.
We have a dragon problem. We're here because word is this is the place to find a way to defeat a dragon.
Oh, yes, your trinket that you found here. I'm sure that's most impressive. But that is no dragon. You hear another tremendous roar from the east. Little louder, a little closer. The whole cavern shaking.
What do you want from us?
Oh, yes, that would be quite to the point, Galen. Well done. Well done.
Well, I think I've made my presence known a little bit. He straightens his outfit. I think, perhaps a little acknowledgement that you stand before your better might be
What are you
encouraged.
better at? I am quite good at four corners. I play quite the game. There was just one time when I was playing and I won 3 consecutive matches, and each one they had bet me 50 silver that they could beat me, but I took them all. Yes, my first move was, of course, the Thavian defense, setting it up out there, but they did not think they could get past that. No, but I
You see
was quite
another
able.
wave crash in.
Oh, waves. Oh, yes.
What do you think? You think you can take him at 4 corners?
He says, I have far more pressing business than that, and you do too, he says, nodding to the east, the darkness.
Is there by chance you could get us out of this situation since we have our trinket? Since you are better than us.
I suppose there is. I think if you asked me nicely and said, Cord, could you please get us out of here, I could arrange that.
Cord, could you please get us out of here?
Of course. He looks at the dwarven summoner, Ansgar, specifically, and waves his little hand with a weird flourish. And you are all gone. All 5 of you are gone, and find yourself in a perfectly cut stone chamber, tall and very well known to Golly and to Ansgar. This is the Surveyor's Hall within Grey Hall. You are in there with several dozen wounded dwarfs and people who have fled the attacks. The dwarven leader, Sergeant Dorn, says, Golly, help with the door, they're coming! And him and 2 other men are holding the door, trying to get a big metal latch down.
Right way, sir. And Golly charges off to assist,
All right.
giving Angar a very confused but knowing look like this is now your superior.
Yeah.
Lord Ansgar, what should we do?
We must hold here and defend this line. We cannot be pushed any further back.
Against what?
Cord comes over and says, I got you away from the scary monster, but it seems now you're facing an old demon here of yours, Lord Ansgar.
Oh, maybe you should have been more clear in your requests, dear.
All these
Did
dwarves...
Shalara come along as well?
No.
And by all rights,
Yes.
these dwarves should not be here at this time.
Yes. You know each and every one of them and what their fate has been.
Yes, okay. As I suspected.
Here we have what's left of the Grey Hall, hiding and huddling here in this final chamber, turning to their leader, their king, but he is gone, and all they can do to hold on to their home is turn to you, Lord Ansgar, and how will you save them? How will you save their home they've known for generations? A spoiler alert, you won't.
No, indeed not. I failed my people. But you are here to taunt me about that way. You have come quite a distance.
Golly is putting hands to everything and bracing and helping as best he can, but he's also saying out,
We fought this battle already.
You got the beam in place. There are wounded to care for as well.
he will go too. He's talking while he's moving.
All right.
What is your purpose for showing me my failures?
He ignores you and leans over to you, Galen, and says, I think that dwarf there is healing ones that will die on the road out of here. Futile, isn't it?
How do you know this?
He says, I know so much more than you know about yourselves. And what I know more than anything else is that you are all failures in one way or the other.
Everyone here fulfilled a duty. Everyone here had a second chance now.
And Golly starts administering.
That right there, that gesture of healing will fail. Lord Ansgar's attempt to rescue his people will fail. This whole Grey Hall will fall and will fail. This world is a failure. Just one mistake after another.
Lord Ansgar draws his dagger, walks forward, and literally just keeps walking forward will stab him.
Okay. You stab him, and it turns into a flower, and he takes it from you gently.
Oh.
Then I will physically attack him.
Okay, you are repulsed back and sent flying into a wall and take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
I know my failures, and I have seen them, and I do not need to see them again to know and to feel any more pain.
I'm sure
You
striking
cannot
out
bring
violently
any
will
more
help
pain
you.
to me. What is your purpose? Because you are showing me nothing I have not seen, and nothing I have not experienced, and nothing I have not grieved. So you are showing me nothing.
I am illustrating a point.
You are illustrating no point. You are showing nothing, and you are wasting your time.
Golly begins performing rites of the Stone Father over a couple of them.
If you have a purpose, show it. Otherwise, be gone. Leave us or send us where you wish.
His purpose
He meant
is that of a
respectfully.
bully. That's all he is. I've seen many like him, people in positions of power, and all they
my.
do is bully those that they can't better by action.
Aye.
This is a second chance, though.
It's an illusion.
We live in this
Golly.
moment.
This is not real.
We know it's coming,
It is
though.
gone. It is
Lord
past.
Cord, you would like to show us our failures and call us all failures here. What is that purpose for you? Is that what you do, taunts the world, showing all the failures?
Oh,
There's nothing left good for the world here?
I am so sorry. There is only one Lord here. Just call me Cord. That's perfectly fine.
Well, Cord, then, I ask you that. Is it show us our failures? Show us what we're going to do wrong? Should we just all just give up?
Well, what do you think? I'm thinking that this should all be ended. I think I should end all of this and bring it to an end. I mean, it is just misery, this world, and just kind of bring it to an end, just like you did, Lord Ansgar, bringing the end to Grey Hall. That would just be easier on everyone, wouldn't it?
Then do it.
Who hurt you?
So Golly pipes up yet again while handling the different duties assigned.
So, which god are you?
I am Cord. No more, no less.
You represent someone or something, ideology. I don't know you of the Stone Father.
No, that name does not ring a bell either.
I would say that all of us have failed, yes? And yes, I have failed the one I care the most about, but you would end everything. But she and I had years of love, of joy. I would not trade the pain that I have had over these last few years and lose that.
Nor I the blood that was spilled here.
Failure is a part of life,
And these are my kin.
but so is joy, and loyalty, and fealty, and friendship and kinship, as Hemlock and I have come to enjoy over these past many months.
So if you've come to play your games, let us live it out. If we're going to die, we'll die here, in the name of the Stone Father.
See, and that is what's so interesting, Saldor.
Yes,
That there's this little bit of a spark, like a little bit of a glimmer, like the glimmer in the eye of some loyal dog that you can't help but go out and scratch.
oh, you're talking of Jericho again.
It's so
Fine
appealing.
man he is.
But that sense of loss and caring is, oh, here you go. And he throws some clean bandages to a dying dwarf on the ground and walks over them. It's that mildly interesting quality that really has me here speaking with you now. I want to know more about the value of who you think you are. Some more than others.
Oh, the short ones.
He motions to the bloody area around them. I'd like to see what your worth truly is. But not here, not this. This is time ago.
What have we to prove to you?
Don't poke the bear.
No, we have given, every one of us have given everything we have to do what we think is right. And we may fail, but we will get back up again. And you stand here and just bully us, push us around, point out our failures for no purpose other than your own amusement. What are you? What do we owe you?
He smiles. And what would you do now? You've found your trinket. What is your purpose? Will you head back to Navarre? Live out your days? Tell your great stories of the great underground lake?
We defend those who can't defend themselves.
And whom do you defend next?
Whoever needs it.
Oh, Canebrin. That's where we're going next. Cade's a big city. Dragon there.
Oh, a dragon, Canebrin.
Yes.
Great dragon.
Well, I don't know if it's great. Haven't met it yet.
What does the name Sher Mordrin mean to you?
I do not know that name. You can see him wince when you say that. I do not know that name.
I think you do. I think you clearly know that name. And perhaps it frightens you. Perhaps it makes you feel the same way you're trying to make us feel.
That or this creature is not as omnipotent as he wants us to believe, and he is completely ignorant of the name. And that is why he winces, because he knows he is ignorant.
But nonetheless, he's powerful.
Yes. Don't bother people who are bigger than you. They might shove you against the wall. Turn your dagger into a daisy.
People, we are all here in the same room now. You speak of bravery and truth and sacrifice. You ask, what is it that you have to prove to me? My answer to you is everything.
Why us?
That is our existence, to constantly try to prove ourselves. That is what we're constantly trying to do. That is what we step up and do what we have to do. With this trinket, you like to call it, we have found. We're going to help these dwarves battle their dragon. Because that's what we do. Fail or not, we continue to do that. Because every life should have a chance to live.
My Lord Ansgar, is this an illusion or not?
This is a time past, Golly. What we see here is the past. It is not now.
Then what
It
lies
cannot
behind the
be
door
changed.
is false.
That is correct.
The camera?
Yes, it is.
Then we should open the door.
Aye. And Ansgar with, I guess, Golly, we are going to turn, and it looks like friend Galen is going to join us, and we are going to pull the bar of the door, and Ansgar's going to walk out.
All right. As you do so, Sergeant Dorn and stands in the way and says, Lord Ansgar, what are you doing? They're just on the other side.
It is time. We must see this done now. And
you brought us here. You'll kill us all.
Ignoring him, he will continue to pull it.
He will put a hand on you to try to restrain you gently. Sir, no!
Sergeant, unhand the lordship. It is his command to open it. We open it.
The people start to get startled. Some of the civilians start backing away. The sergeant draws his sword and shield and says, You heard the Lord! And his men look nervously at him.
And checking for the reaction on Sir dick cord there. On kind of, as he's talking, he sort of side eyes him to see what his reaction to what the crew is doing.
He is looking bored at some of the wounded people behind him.
Continue.
Okay.
Injured or not, they're dwarves, they're kin. They'll fight. We may die, but it'll be in the Stonefather's name. Illusion or not, it's duty.
There is no dwarf I'd rather die beside than you, Gully. You are the best of us. And he will toss the bar aside, cast the door open, and step forward.
Your door goes swinging open. As you do, you see the balcony ahead, the great chamber of the second level of Grey Hall there, swarming with nasty screeching and blades of the enemy that start flooding right at you, flooding into this room, blade on blade, a tide of violence, and then with a wave, you are all gone from that place. And you find yourself on an icy bridge.
Games and trickery.
Aye.
Snow coming down, pretty cold. And you look around trying to blink and see where you're at. The gentleman Cord holds himself. I'm not quite dressed for this. And he nods nonchalantly to his left where you see a dragon. A large dragon, a white dragon of some impressive size on the bridge. He says, there seems to be some bravery to you all. Perhaps I misjudged. Even one as powerful as me can make a mistake from time to time. But are you as brave as this? And he points to the knight fighting toe to toe against the dragon. He says, is this the kind of bravery you know? Looking at Golly in particular.
Does Golly know?
Nope.
No. I don't know who this is, but that is a knight that stands against a dragon.
Then let's deal with your dragon. This battle is raging on as he says, let's deal with your dragon. At Canabrin, you said? Let's do one dragon for your one challenge and see if you can slay this dragon. We'll see where your worth truly is. Do you slay this poor innocent dragon in Canabrin minding its own business? Or let it destroy the poor city there? I don't really know or care, but let's see what you can truly do. If you really are as brave as you say you are, as tough, filled with heart. That seems most entertaining.
I tire of you. If you have some place to send us, send us. If you have a point to your incessant rambling, make it. Otherwise, send us wherever you intend or kill us. Do whatever you need to do. I am done
not that last
hearing
one,
and
sir.
listening to you.
I vote no. No.
At this
on kill.
point, I would rather fight this dragon than listen to you fucking speak for another minute.
He speaks to you in your ear from immediately behind you somehow and says, pray, Lord Ansgar, I do not get tired of you. Let's do this then. You go do what it is that you want to do. I will keep an eye on things and see if you can protect these people of Canabrin. A dragon it is then. A dragon that you have more responsibility for than you will ever know, he says to Ansgar. Then I'll see you on the other side. And he waves his hands. And you find yourselves on...
As we were going,
Yes.
Ansgar's like, I will be seeing you.
You find yourselves on the deck of the wake.
Golly's like, can I get your autograph?
I bet they're down this well.
On the deck of the wake, there is no snow, no silver filament, and a confused Jericho walking out of the entrance back to the wake where you see your friends. There is no sign of Cord anywhere.
What was that? Who was that?
When was that?
That is a also good question, my
I
friend.
thought so. Are you still Lord Ansgar?
I am Ansgar.
I know I look a little different, but still.
The rest of it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Wait.
We have a hero point to be given out. Jocelyn, who receives a hero point? Ansgar.
The late nighter.
It is not a late nighter.
Come on.
8:53.
Is the do the rest of us see silver filaments falling
You
from
do
the
not.
sky?
It is clear, and Jericho in particular, as he comes out of the door, is looking up and doesn't see anything.
Hey, this is gonna sound weird, Hemlock. This will sound. Are you guys all still you guys?
Do we look any different than what we were?
A little bit. You look like you got beat up pretty bad.
Yes, that we did. But in that, I mean, we have grown from battle, but
Yeah.
we are who we were before.
Our pride's a little hurt.
I'll say this: it would have been nice to have you by our side.
Well, then you should have woken me up, maybe. Like, there's one thing to put a note saying, "Hey, we're going out to go get some snacks." It's another to just go out and get the snacks without me and then eat them all. You just had to like poke me in the chest. Hey, Jericho, we're gonna go.
Well, I carried you up from the barrel that you were passed out at, and
Yeah.
we could not rouse you.
I gave you a wet willy, and you didn't stir.
Okay, I have been to hell, and I have helped to kill a blood witch. I would appreciate a little bit more respect, Galen.
Understood.
By the way, so I'm just gonna slide over to Hemlock. Hemlock. When I came off the ship, there were like a million bajillion of those silver strands, like falling like snow.
That's not good. Because we remember what happened to us last time.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, and he actually just pokes Hemlock right in the belly.
It's me. It is me.
What's your middle name?
I don't have a middle name.
That's true. All right.
Of all the
What's
people,
the code word?
of all the people, be trying to think if they're real or not, and it's Frank as Hemlock. That's so weird, so metal weird.
I'm trying to play it.
If Gully tries to analyze the pathology of what he knows to be the Stonefather and surrounding deities, does this creature match or fit into any one of those?
No.
Okay.
Did you just go fight something and you came?
Well, we were in the middle of fighting something, and this guy sat on a rock and was cheering us on, helping us out, saying, no, that won't do. I got one in my sights. I guiltily brought it back to life right in front of me. And he just took us to these different places. We saw where our dwarves had their bleakest day. We saw a knight battle a dragon in the most coldest place I've ever been. And he put us back here.
Admittedly, that does sound a little insane.
Well,
It does.
do you remember when you weren't you for a while and you were that stupid guy?
Yes, I think I still carry some of Stog with me. Yes.
So do you remember do you Stog member that both Hemlock and I saw these little silver stringy things we talked about that you could that Stoglin could never see, or Gaylog?
Yes, you told us about them changing.
When I got off the ship and you weren't here, they were all over the place like a blizzard of them.
What did you call them? They were what?
Silver strands, like silver strings.
Did any of them touch you?
Like,
Who are you?
Where's Meat Meat?
That would be awesome.
So I'm just wondering if the guy that you met is the guy who stogified you.
He called himself Cord.
Oh, he made silver cords.
Well,
Perhaps.
it does seem more than coincidental.
He said he was the shape of things to come.
I didn't see any silver or anything.
Nor I.
Well, that was last time too.
But he was clearly immensely powerful. And
Like huge, like
No, he
big
just
gun.
could do whatever he wanted to do. Snap of his fingers.
he chose to taunt with that power, strangely.
It seemed like he was angry at the world.
No, he's no god. He's a powerful creature, I give you that. But no god.
No.
What? I don't know. I'm asking this out of pure stupidity and like stog-like ignorance. Like, what's the difference between someone who's super incredibly powerful and a god? Because that's kind of what I thought the definition of a god was.
I would expect a god to know everything. Make it their business to know everything. But he didn't seem to know everything.
He did cringe at one name.
I mentioned Sher Mordrin, and there was recognition, but I don't know what it meant to him.
Did you ask?
We didn't exactly have time.
He wasn't answering questions.
Oh, okay.
He, frankly, was a dick, and we definitely don't want to encounter him again.
No,
He was bored with a lot of power and time on his hands.
But he seemed to want us to continue on to Canabran and take care of that dragon, or at least see if we could.
Some sort of test. Fine then. We have a rune.
Wait, you found something?
This.
You
Oh,
left that out of the story.
do you use bladed weapons?
I do. I have a really nice dagger.
Okay, so that's 5 of us who can use bladed weapons.
I'm just gonna throw this out here, and this might be reckless of me. I may not be the first choice to get like a magic rune for killing dragons with my dagger that I mostly use for peeling apples.
Very reckless of you. Alright, so we only have to divide amongst 4.
Carve a sliver for each.
Well, Zaldor doesn't want it. No, that would not be best. And I don't think that you want it on the guns.
No.
That's three. That's 3 down.
Galen has his hands
On
his head.
the
sitting on the bow of the ship.
Right, done. It's in my dagger then. Ha ha!
Now, I don't think we need the healer to have it. That seems dumb.
No, I wouldn't say dumb.
I'd say stupid.
I am going to
Reckless.
regret saying this, but I think perhaps you should give it to me.
Did you say should not?
No, I
Or
think
should?
Well, Galen, this is your moment. Ever since I've known you, you've always wanted to be the defender and the hero. You made choices along the way. Left a wife, left a cushy job.
Wait, is the guy back again?
Yes, Captain. Because this is what you wanted to do. And we tried pushing you into that different life. This is the direction I feel you need to take. As somebody who's known you for a long time.
Yeah, you're really the only one that uses like a sword.
And no one uses a sword too, so
Galen draws his sword and
What if we go give it to Yannick?
hands it.
does seem weirdly fitted for him, doesn't it?
It sure would be nice to have a champion. Wouldn't it?
it would be.
Hands it handle first over to Goalie, and
Woo!
do as
Now
you
I use
will.
a sword too.
I don't think that's what he meant.
No, of course not. How long does it take to apply such a rune to an item?
A specified amount of time.
Goalie begins to take a specified amount of time.
All right.
To apply to one weapon.
You start that process.
Which weapon?
My dagger, of course.
He's using the sword to grind out the other
Gotta
gem.
make it smaller.
I heal you by the power of Grayskull.
Sword goes over the side.
Done with that.
I like Hemlock says, for as long as I've known you, these last 2 hours.
I spent a lot of time sketching you while you weren't looking.
Exactly.
Like a French girl.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be the one to do this. Will this
interfere with rest for the evening?
Yeah, it'll take like an hour or so.
Okay. I'll continue with the ritual.
All right.
I feel fully rested.
So
Oh, I feel like shit.
You look horrible.
Would like to go lay down.
Oh, is there any source-like sentience I'm feeling from this rune in particular?
No.
how far would we be by airship to Canterbury?
Oh, good question. Looking at the
Hour.
map. From there to there, probably a day and a half.
We should start heading back to Canterbury, and we will be able to rest on the way.
Coley, how does your...
Shh! I'm doing rune stuff. Go away.
I'll ask later. Lay down first. Yes, nice lie
Do you want
down.
some ale?
You know, I would.
It's really vinegary.
Oh yeah, always good to go drinking before we face the dragon. But hey, whatever.
That seemed like the most dwarven thing
I would
could
not
think
want to
of.
face a dragon sober.
Drinks all around.
Golly wouldn't have said that, but that's true.
That's 100%.
Okay, so the group rests.
As we travel.
And where are you headed? What's your next destination?
Galacia.
Okay.
We take it to ground.
Canterbury.
All right.
Aren't there some
do you
islands?
know the
Aren't there some islands
word
down
to
to the
pull up
southeast
the
you always
anchor?
wanted to see?
They're the only
saying
other
anything.
thing to speak to.
Just all night, we've just been pulling at it and not going anywhere.
The mountains behind us.
We are to the northwest, correct?
You are
To the north, I
like above the V and between the V of Calavier and Lethano. You got it. He's pretty good right there.
Northwest.
And the place that Ansgar knows has the information which may be helpful is where?
It is, sorry, I just clicked off my map. It is between the Sea of Calavier, left of that, and above the N in Queens Road.
So we have found ourselves reasonably near what I spoke of before. I believe it was a person who has some information that is supposedly helpful. We are not far from there.
How many will die in Canterbury?
That is true.
7.
But if we die,
Baker's
All of
dozen, really.
I was doing the math.
so that is the... If we can defeat this dragon without it and not lose any of us,
That is a heavy equation to weigh.
aye.
Ansgar, you know more about this than any of us. I think you should make the call.
It has been weeks already. When we left, the dragon was mostly taking to the tower. It was preventing people from leaving, but it seemed content to lord over the city. And I'm not sure the reason, but it did not seem like it was interested in completely laying waste to the city, but occupying it. So a day to seek this information may be of value. I throw it out again for discussion amongst everyone to decide. If it were me alone making the decision, I would want to seek this information before we face this creature, as it is a creature that shadow and flame in death.
Doesn't sound like you think there's a ton of harm in it, and it sounds like it'd be some good, so that seems reasonable.
The delay, and hopefully this creature is not getting stronger while we delay and do this other thing. But I cannot say. I do not know.
In the scant few days I've known you, you've proven your wisdom and your leadership, and I will follow your guidance, Ansgar.
I appreciate those words.
My time might be limited in this life. I go wherever we need to go. Wherever it will happen. It will happen.
Oh, I always believe more knowledge is better. The more you know. One of my teachers once said that as you gain more knowledge, your options increase exponentially and they allow you to do more things.
Excellent. Thank you, Zaldar. That is very kind of you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate those words.
Golly, you...
I'm ruining. Go away.
Oh, that's
I think I would have learned my lesson at this point.
He takes his runing very
He bought some
seriously.
socks and some lotion. He calls it ruining.
It's rude.
We gotta start over.
I'm close. I'm so close.
So what's the plan?
It sounds like
As
there-
captain of the wake, I say we go to wherever you say.
Where are we going, Lord?
we are going to head to this other piece of information to the west, just to the north of the N and Queens Road,
All right. The town of Brindle.
to the town of Brindle.
All right.
All right.
The wake then sets sail through the air and makes its way
Full
southwest.
speed ahead.
While the rune is attached to the blade, a long sword. Is that correct, Galen?
That is correct.
Longsword or the facade?
Depends on whether or not we're leveling up.
And we will have
It's going to be the long sword, I'm afraid.
we will have Chris's hero point carry over to the next adventure as we stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Chris and Christopher and Lauren, and to Alan for doing double duty as Jericho and Zeller. Thank you to Frank for stepping in as Hemlock. Thank you so much. For Jocelyn for joining us. All the fans that joined us live, and to Derek, our tech, making things work as always. And we will see you all next time.
He's pretty cool.